I've been using the Logitech G915 full-size wireless Clicky keyboard for over a year now, and here's my thoughts. Okay, fine, I guess since it's a gaming keyboard, this video will attract gamers, and I guess I have to set it to RGB, otherwise nobody will watch the video.
Okay, fine, gamers, here we go. Here's some RGB.
Hi, I'm Justin from Random Tech Videos, and before we get into this video, please consider going below this video and subscribing so you don't miss more future Random Tech videos, and like the video if you think it'll be helpful. But with that out of the way, let me just get right into the review. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Before I start this review, let me state that this keyboard is currently, when not on sale, around $245 at the time of recording. Therefore, everything in this review is based on it being at that price point. You can sometimes get it cheaper, and I got it cheaper than that, but my review is going to be based on the listed price. So let me first talk about what I do like about this keyboard after using this model of keyboard for a year. This is the full-size clicky version of the G915 wireless, and I like that it's a clicky keyboard because for me, I don't know about for you, but well, at least for me, I find it satisfying to hear clicking when I type. Gaming, well, maybe not so much, but for typing, it's great. Also, the battery life is very good. This keyboard usually lasts me about 2 to 3 weeks on a full charge with normal usage, assuming that I have the backlight set to time out after a minute of inactivity. Of course, as expected, you have fully customizable RGB. I don't like using it on RGB because I think RGB is cringe, so what I usually do is I will have it custom set for different use cases. I love to color code my keys, but then, well, most of the time I usually just have it set to white because I'm not really into RGB. The macro keys are also a handy function to have because even though it only has 5 macro keys right here, you have 3 selections for it, so you can have 3 different memory slots. So essentially these 5 become the equivalent of 15 macro keys by just toggling the selection. And of course it has media controls, which is fairly typical on a keyboard at this price point, but I do like the way how the volume slider is very smooth and works well. One more thing that I really like about this keyboard is that it has Bluetooth functionality. I can't even count the number of times where I just press the little Bluetooth button on the keyboard and then just start typing a text message when connected to my phone. That's a very handy feature to have. Okay, so that's all the stuff that I like about it, but here's where the actual long-term review part comes in. Because all that stuff that I liked, I knew that from the start. What I didn't know is like what long-term issues was I going to have with this keyboard. Let me start off by saying this is my second Logitech G915 wireless keyboard. The first one was replaced under warranty. Here's what happened. When I was gaming, I pressed the E key a lot, I guess, and so it eventually started having a double clicking issue where I would press it, and as it goes down, it pressed E twice. I tested this in like Notepad where I'd press it, and half the time it would enter the character twice for a single press, and other times it would work normally. So I thought nothing of it at the time, but after it got worse, I was like, okay, let me contact Logitech, and then they sent me this replacement keyboard. The E key works fine. But now the spacebar key, after using this replacement one for about 7 months, the spacebar key is starting to double click sometimes. That's very annoying. When I'm typing a sentence now, I just randomly have 2 spaces between words, or when I'm in a game and it's jumping twice instead of once, it's annoying. Which, for a $30 keyboard, it's not that big of a deal. But for a almost $250 keyboard, this really should not be an issue. And apparently, based on reviews, other people have had double clicking issues too. So like, for a lot of you, this might be a deal breaker. The reason why I'm still stuck with this is because I can't find another good Logitech wireless keyboard, because I like all Logitech, so I don't have to have multiple control softwares. I have to like press the spacebar exactly in the middle. If I press it to the slightly left, not to the right, but if I do it slightly to the left, it will sometimes double press, which is really annoying. So just buyers beware. And this only applies to the clicky version. I believe the linear and tactile versions might not have the same issue. I'm not 100% sure though, but this review only applies to the clicky version of this keyboard. And then another somewhat minor issue, but should not be happening this soon, is that the keycap paint is starting to come off on one of my keycaps. That's kind of normal, but I would think a $250 keyboard would hold up a little better, but it's not uncommon. Oh, and here's something that's really annoying when gaming. I don't notice it as much like when typing, but when gaming, certain keys require more force to register than others. Some keys will register before you get to the point on key press where it actually clicks. And other keys, well, you have to push them down all the way before it registers. It's inconsistent. Again, not really acceptable for a premium keyboard. While this is not like top tier or anything, for $245, I expect better. So like, that's some of the long-term issues I've had. Other than that, it's been a really great keyboard. No connectivity issues, no latency issues or anything like that. I really like it overall, but just those things might be a deal breaker for you depending on like how you use it, because with a keyboard, you expect it to work and not just do what it wants to do. That keystroke issue is like the main problem I've had with these. So can I recommend this keyboard? Not really because of that issue, but I'm still gonna keep mine. I can't recommend it, but if you want to buy it anyway, I have a link down in the video description where you can buy this keyboard. If you want to buy it, please use that link. It helps me out. I get a commission with every sale made from clicking my links. Well, anyway, I hope you found this video helpful regarding my keyboard. And if you notice, I've been holding the keyboard this whole time to prevent my hands from just doing wild gestures like I normally do in my videos because I'm not thinking. If there's any other product you want me to make a review on, please let me know down in the comments below. And until my next video, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like, and goodbye.